Have you ever noticed how many ancient civilizations, once brilliant and powerful, seem to vanish without a trace? It's not just war or natural disasters that wipe them out. Sometimes, all that remains are moss-covered ruins, hidden deep within jungles, as if an entire society had been swallowed by time. Welcome back to Primordial Universe. Today, we're diving into the forgotten civilizations buried not only under earth and stone, but beneath mysteries we still haven't unraveled. You've probably heard of the Mayans, ancient Egypt, or ruins like Angkor Wat or Machu Picchu. But behind their collapse lie questions that have haunted archaeologists for centuries. Let's begin in 1939. Explorer John Lloyd Stephens and his colleague Caterwith made a historic discovery deep in the dense jungles of Central America. As they mapped out the dark, humid terrain, they stumbled upon scattered remnants of an ancient city, ornately carved stones, mysterious ruins, and what appeared to be the foundation of grand structures. Before long, they realized this wasn't just a village, it was the lost city of the Maya civilization. Can you imagine that? An entire ancient metropolis lying untouched in the heart of the jungle. Temples, pyramids, and buildings still standing, hidden beneath the trees. The Mayans weren't primitive wanderers. They were an advanced civilization, far ahead of their time. According to researchers, the Maya were indigenous peoples who lived along the Pacific coast of Mexico. Their civilization likely emerged as early as the 10th century BCE and lasted until around the 8th century CE. Unlike other civilizations that rose near river valleys like Mesopotamia or the Nile, the Maya built their cities right in the middle of tropical rainforest, a seemingly impossible task. At first, they lived as hunter-gatherers, surviving off the land. But when they discovered edible grains and began cultivating them, everything changed. The shift to agriculture marked the beginning of stable settlements. They built cities in the rainforest and developed a complex, structured society. And they weren't just farmers. The Maya created highly sophisticated infrastructure, advanced water supply systems, drainage networks, even temples and pyramids with mathematical precision. What's shocking is that many of their murals and wall carvings still retain vivid color after thousands of years. And there's more. The Mayans developed their own intricate writing system, over 30,000 unique glyphs. They also believed in a concept called the 5 suns, an idea that humanity would go through 5 great ages, each ending in catastrophic events. Sound familiar? Yep, that's the origin of the famous Mayan end-of-the-world prophecy. Their knowledge spanned far beyond writing and art. Mayan astronomers developed calendar systems with cycles of 819 days, something modern scientists still can't fully explain. And believe it or not, they invented cement more than 2,000 years before Europeans did. Their megacities were built using ultra-durable materials that withstood earthquakes, invasive roots, and tropical storms for centuries. To put it in perspective, the Mayans can be compared to Egyptians in hieroglyphs, Greeks in science, Romans in infrastructure, Phoenicians in maritime trade. So, what happened? By the 9th century, the great Mayan cities, Coban, Tikal, Calakmul, were suddenly abandoned. No war, no disease outbreak, no natural disaster large enough to explain the collapse, just silence. Why? In 2016, a research aircraft from the University of Houston, equipped with LiDAR, light detection and ranging, scanned the jungles of Guatemala. LiDAR uses laser pulses to see through dense foliage and build 3D maps of what's hidden below. And what it revealed left scientists speechless. A vast, interconnected network of cities with over 60,000 structures, homes, roads, pyramids, reservoirs. The Mayans weren't just a scattered people. They had built one of the most advanced super-urban civilizations in ancient history.
Of stone and sky, the breath of ages passing by. We call, we chant. circle wide, the flames entwine, threads of time in sacred line, hands that touch the earth's old skin, feel the past awaken within. Oh, the pulse of stone and sky, the breath of ages passing by.
When scientists analyzed the LiDAR maps, they realized something stunning. These weren't isolated villages. The Maya built a network of dense urban centers, each with agriculture systems, connected by causeways and political alliances. They built terraced fields, reservoirs, canals, intentionally reshaping the landscape to survive. These weren't temporary shelters, they were engineered cities. So, why did they vanish? Many blame climate change, specifically a long, devastating drought. Others suggest ecological collapse caused by over-deforestation to fuel building projects. As water ran dry, crops failed, and millions may have fled. But even if that's true, why didn't they come back? Here's where things get weird. According to the Popol Vuh, the sacred text of the Maya, they believed the world operated on cosmic cycles. Each sun had a lifespan, and when it ended, everything must be wiped clean to begin anew. They believed they were living in the fifth and final sun. That when this cycle ended, a catastrophic rebirth would occur. Could it be the Maya chose to abandon their cities? What if, surrounded by crop failure, storms, and signs of doom, they believed the prophecy was coming true? That the world was ending, and they needed to let go for a new world to emerge. Sounds extreme? Well, their descendants still live today in Guatemala's highlands, still follow the sacred calendar, and still honor the five suns belief. To them, it's not mythology, it's reality. But even if spiritual beliefs played a part, they may not be the whole story. Recent 3D LiDAR scans also revealed military structures, walls, fortresses, defensive towers, evidence of intense warfare. This suggests the Maya didn't simply vanish. They may have fought themselves into extinction. Massive internal conflicts, power struggles, rival cities clashing. It's possible the collapse came from within. But then again, where are the victors? No one remained to inherit these cities. There were no conquerors. No new civilization replaced them. Could it be both? A deadly combination of climate collapse, war, and spiritual prophecy all happening at once? That's likely. But remember, the Maya are not the only ones who disappeared without explanation. Next, we'll travel north, to a civilization even more mysterious, one that built massive cliffside cities and then walked away. Let's talk about the Anasazi. You may not know the Anasazi by name, but their mystery is chilling. In the southwest United States, at Mesa Verde National Park, lies Cliff Palace, a vast, stone-built complex embedded directly into the canyon wall. over 150 rooms, interconnected staircases, terraces, and ceremonial spaces, all built over 1,000 years ago. Constructed from sandstone, wooden beams, and adobe, Cliff Palace was a masterpiece, but also fragile. Weather conditions, erosion, and time eventually took their toll. Yet somehow, the Anasazi thrived in one of the most inhospitable landscapes in North America, dry, rocky, isolated. From humble mud huts, they expanded to places like Chaco Canyon and Mesa Verde, creating what were essentially ancient apartment complexes carved into vertical cliffs. And then, in the late 1200s, they left. Completely. No signs of war, no signs of preparation. It was as if one day, the entire civilization just stood up and walked away. Tools, food, even ceremonial items were left behind. Why? Some suggest drought, but again, this was already a desert. They were used to arid conditions. If drought was the reason, why didn't they return later? Others turn to legend. An old oral story speaks of a figure called the Gambler, a supernatural being who lured the Anasazi into games of chance. One by one, they lost their homes, food, and freedom, becoming slaves to their own desires. The tale ends with the gods banishing the gambler, but not before he left a curse. You will all die by war, disease, and misfortune. Sounds like mythology, but archaeological digs uncovered hundreds of dice-like objects, gaming pieces, and boards across Anasazi sites. Coincidence? Or a culture consumed by addiction and collapse? And when they vanished, no one came after them. No new people occupied the ruins. Their homes stood empty, like a curse was truly placed upon the land. If that's not strange enough, let's end with the most shocking sight of all. In 1994, in southeastern Turkey, a farmer uncovered a massive buried stone while plowing his field. That rock turned out to be part of Göbekli Tepe, the oldest known temple complex on Earth. Dating back to 10,000 BCE, it predates the pyramids by twice as long. Built with 40-ton stones, arranged in circular enclosures, with animal carvings depicting creatures from all over the world, including lions and boars that didn't even live in the region. How did hunter-gatherers, supposedly with no tools, no writing, and no organized society, build this? Even today, we don't know. Some suggest it might be connected to the biblical Ark of Noah, as Göbekli Tepe sits near Mount Ararat, where the Ark is believed to have landed. After thousands of years, the builders vanished. We don't even know their name. No documents, no descendants, just a sacred site buried in dust and silence. Here's the big question. If all these civilizations, brilliant, innovative, far ahead of their time, eventually fell into ruin and were forgotten, what about us? We build skyscrapers, invent AI, talk about niche products, live stream to the world. But in 10,000 years, will someone stand in a jungle looking at the ruins of our cities and wonder, who were they? Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed uncovering these ancient mysteries, drop us a comment, leave a like, and subscribe for more deep dive journeys into the forgotten past. Until next time, Primordial Universe, signing off.